Counting at 3 years old. Impressive enough. But in Spanish? Well, that could have something to do with the fact that young Michael here from Yate has an IQ of 145, not far off the status of genius. So what's it like to be bringing up a child who has the intelligence of one more than twice his age?
He started reading at quite a young age. I mean, you're probably talking, 12, 14, 18 months when he was actually starting to read. He picked up the ABCs quite quickly and really sort of surprised us with, sometimes he'll come out with things that you didn't expect that he would know them, if you know what I mean. So he'd say, "Mummy, that says such and such," and you sort of get taken aback and go, "Oh, I didn't realise you knew that." He sort of surprises us every day, really, with how quickly he does pick things up, and he's got an incredible memory for things that, he'll see things once or twice and then, be able to recall them months later. So it's quite surprising, really. But it's only very recently that we've kind of thought, I think this is something more than just being a bright boy, if you know what I mean. We need to get him in a school which is going to recognise that he is that much more advanced, because he does get bored really easily. He's got a mind like a butterfly that likes to flip from subject to subject. So this is really why we got him tested, to eliminate any other educational needs such as autism and things like that, and ADHD, which his cousin has. So we wanted to make sure that if he did have any of that, we'd get the diagnosis early. But really just so we could, go to the schools and say, look, these are his educational needs and what can we do with them. So that's the situation we're at now. He starts school in September and we really have no idea where we're sending him now.
So what might it be that's bestowed on him such a developed ability to absorb information?
Well, reading the reports that I've seen about this child, one thing that's clear is he's a very good reader, and that can be a real advantage, and that might in fact be part of the reason why he's doing so well. Once you start to read, particularly at an early age, you unlock a whole load of knowledge, and so he might be gaining a lot from reading books on his own. So we know that there's a substantial genetic contribution to intelligence, so he probably almost certainly inherited good genes in that regard. Again, being bright isn't everything, but there are genes that make you more or less bright, and he has been dealt a good hand. But the environment's important as well. These two things do go together. If you have bright parents, you'll like to have a stimulating environment. In the same way that if you had parents who are musical, they'll pass on musical genes to you, but they might have a piano in their house as well. So very often the environment and the genetics are more interconnected. They're separable things which contribute to, in this case, intelligence, but they can work together to make someone even more bright.
I'm Ed, in Yate, for Made in Bristol TV.